Okay, hello everybody again. This is the second installment of this illustration. I hope you all like it. I'm using the Micron 01, my favorite, and I'm going to go in here right now and start doing this work. As I said before, my goal is to try to do this complete illustration from beginning to finish, so after I'm finished with this one, I'm going to decide on whether or not to color or do in a a grayscale. Grayscale is probably the fastest, and I'm going to probably be able to do the next video shorter than this one. This video is a little bit long, little over 9.5 minute long video for anybody paying attention. I don't know about that. That just seems like a bit long to me, but I'm trying to see if I can get these cranked out one a day. That'd be really cool. Especially if I could do complete beginning to finish tutorials. Remember to turn your ink pen. I know that people turn their pencils in their hands, but you should remember to turn your ink pen as well. It seems that makes them last longer. So I'm pretty sure this is going to be some sort of werewolf. I go in and make minor corrections. When I'm working on these characters, I quite often decide that the wrinkles in the clothing I actually use the wrinkles in the clothing as determining factors in muscle separation. But it's also just a very personalized artistic style. Every artist is a little different. I think we all end up kind of creating our own unique way of making your eye think that there's actually, pants on him, making your eye think that he's wearing a shirt, with a couple of very simple gesture lines. So we're going to do some wrinkles. See, here's I'm not going any further down than that. This is far enough for an illustration like this. We know he has legs, or at least he would have legs if he wasn't a two-dimensional illustration. Ooh, I'm tired today. So, this would not be something I would, this is even though this tip, if you add the time from the first video and this one, you're talking near over 15 minutes. But we would say, if I want to color this piece, it's going to be at least another 15 minutes. I'm probably going to do this one in black and white. It's just much easier to do. I think maybe I'll do a monochromatic. I'll come in with some color at the end, and put in just a little bit of color. Just remember, when drawing youthful faces, less is more. You don't want to have too many lines on a youthful face. It just makes that youthful face all of a sudden look like they're 35. So, just remember that when you're doing one of these pictures, that if you want to try to draw a family member that's a child or something, you want to kind of remember that, oh, well, I didn't realize it, but I think these eyes look just you might not be able to tell, but when I come in here to do the coloring, you'll see. I'll show you. We'll do a little bit of coloring on this picture. Oh, excuse me, I'm just tired. Anyway, I don't know who this looks like, but I think it kind of looks like a imaginary version of myself in my mind, or at least the way I would like to think I looked in my mind when I was a teenager, even though I was a fairly large boy. So this is a bit of a scary picture. You guys will have to let me know if you prefer this kind of artwork or if you prefer me doing my more cartoony stuff. This is pretty cartoony, but my less serious cartoony stuff, more of anthropomorphic talking cats and dogs and animals and silly things like that, and nature pictures and stuff like that. I enjoy doing all of it, but I will gear my YouTube videos more towards what you guys think you'd like to see. I'm making some minor corrections here, stuff I didn't really like. I'm just sort of tightening it up a little. Now we're going to get to work on the monster. This is probably what everybody's been waiting for. But you got to have a victim. If you're drawing a monster, you got to have a victim. It's just the way it goes. It's sad to say. It's like if I was coloring this young man in, he would be wearing a red shirt. For any of you guys that remember the old Star Trek, you know what I'm talking about. So we want to really make sure that we get the detail in the hand. This monster is sold by his face and hands, really. It's not this hand here, you may not notice, but I made a big change accident between the monster's right hand and the monster's left hand. This monster accidentally had only 4 fingers on its left hand, so I had to addition in the other finger there just now. On the fly. And I'm going to give him a little sort of doggy nose, or a lion nose, or whatever you want to call it. A snout. A snooty snout. Ooh, I'm tired. Need more coffee. Coffee, please. My coffee's getting cold. Better go grab it. You guys will have to forgive me. There shouldn't be too much noise in here, but I'm going to go ahead and come on in here and grab my coffee. This video is getting close to completion. We're at about 7.5 minutes right now. And it gives you a really good idea of how long it takes to do one of these. And this is pretty minor illustration. This is not complex stuff. You can imagine in the stuff that I have shown you guys pictures of, those pictures take hours and hours. But I think it's worth it. I think it's worth it. It's I know I'm not the only one. Whoa, I'm not the only one. Okay, sorry, no singing. I don't want to have any copyright infringement issues. So, we go in, we make sure those eyes are going to pop out, because there's going to be an awful lot of dark in there, and of course we're going to have his eyes be unnaturally bright, along with his teeth will be unnaturally bright, because you got to have a monster that looks like he's been brushing. It's very important. If you're going to be going around biting people, you don't want the last thing they see to be a set of grisly, gray, grimy guts. Anyway, ugly, yellow stained teeth. Gotta keep them fangs pearly white. That joke went on too long. Sorry. So you can't really see what I'm doing. I'm kind of irritated at myself for not moving the camera up to show you that we're kind of creating the hump of the back and the neck and the shoulders all in the same. And when I do the color tutorial, you'll see it a lot more clearly, that there's a bit of an issue where you're not seeing the whole thing. Maybe I can pull the picture up and show you guys what I'm talking about. I think I do pull this up here in a minute and show you guys, but pretty much that, I think, is the finished composition. That's the rough idea.